Good afternoon, folks. I am bored shitless because the van I am driving has broken down. The starter motor has gone. I believe it is the starter motor. It's got the symptoms of that. I mean, listen to this. Let's try it. See, you hear that? Yeah, it's definitely the starter motor. It's not my vehicle. I used to have a vehicle, but I'm renting a vehicle. So I'm just waiting for recovery to come. So I'm going to play a little game while I'm bored waiting. So I want to play a game because I was thinking about this the other day, right? How many things took place when I was a youngster compared to how many things is taking place for the youngsters today? And I concluded that way more things was happening back in my day than there is today. So let's start the time period from 1975 to 1990. After 1990, I wouldn't be classed as young. I'm 58 years old now, so 1993. 1993, I was 30. So yeah, let's say 1993. So 1975 to 1993, that would be the last period where I would be classed as officially young. Because I think once you pass 30, well, you youngsters always talk about a woman hitting the wall, and you always seem to be talking about women past 30, which seem to be undesirable. So let's use 30 as the cutoff point. To me, a 30-year-old woman is young to me. My daughter's 30. My daughter's going to be 37. So to me, hold on, I'll be back in a second. Just give me a second. Sorry about that, folks. I thought the recovery van was coming for me. So a bit of a false alarm there. Anyway, so let's make a list of what was happening in what I call the second golden age of youth culture. The first golden age of youth culture would have been the late 50s, swinging 60s to the early 70s, where you had let's start off with rock and roll, the blues and all that sort of thing. Then you had psychedelic age with the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and then you had the glam rock up to the early 70s. So that would be the first golden age. And all right. So we start off with my time, the second golden age, 1975 to 1993. Okay, right. So first thing that took place, first trend that I could think of that started then would be the punk rock scene. That was that spread like a virus amongst the white kids in my neighborhood. Well, in the UK, right? So that was the first thing, punk rock. So then followed after that, skateboarding came in around 1977, 1978. That was thick. It was thick amongst the youngsters, skateboarding. Then going alongside that, while the punk rock was happening, we had the soul sound called the Philly sound, which then branched into the underground scene of the disco. It crossed over into the mainstream, so you had the Saturday Night Fever, the John Travolta pointing his fingers in the air. But most people didn't know about the underground scene, that what was going on, the underground scene with dance moves that was happening back then, which would be revealed later because by the time we got to the early 80s, a lot of what was going on in the underground scene, the world then knew about, such as moves like the robots and stuff. And anyway, so disco. So where are we right now? So we got punk rock, skateboarding, disco. After disco, we're in the very late 70s. Then we were introduced to hip hop. Even though hip hop started long before 1979, but I'm talking about outside of America from my point of view as a youngster in the UK. So as far as we're concerned, it started in 1979 with Sugar Hill Gang Rappers Delight. Even though, yes, there's a lot of controversy with who started it and where it started, in the Bronx or Brooklyn, but that's for them Americans over there in New York to fight amongst themselves. So as far as we're concerned, as far as we are aware, our first introduction was Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight in 1979. So that's where it began for us. Okay, right. So then followed by the roller disco phase, which would be like early 80s. Roller disco, dance and roller skates. At the same time, we had the B-boy and B-girl, the body popping, the breakdancing and so forth. That took off. That was big, took off big. Then we had for the first time, music videos, such as the most famous one, Thriller, Michael Jackson. But that was not the first one, but that was the most famous one. So so music videos was a thing. And then shortly followed after that, during the time of sort of Boy George, Madonna, house music came in from Chicago. And it branched out into various types of styles, like you got like techno house, funky, soulful funky house, vocal house, and it branched into all sorts of different sort of branches. And then hip hop evolved a little bit more with the MC battles like Cool Modi versus LL Cool J, Grandmaster Flash, and so forth. So by the time we got to the late 80s, then you had the rave scene. Yes, the rave scene. By the time we got to the early 90s, then we had the New Jack Swing, Ghetto Fabulous, Mary J. Blige, and stuff like that. So we got to 1993. After 1993 would be then the next period, like you got the Biggie Smalls and so forth. So I won't count that as part of my time. So let's cut it off. Let's cut my period off at the New Jack Swing, Ghetto Fabulous, 1993. So, right, comment section. You youngsters, give me a list of what was happening from 1993 up to 2021. You could include technology, whatever you like. Just give me a list of things, and we'll compile who witnessed the most trends and different things that happened. So I state my claim that I saw more back in my day than you guys have seen in your day. But I could be wrong. I'm open to being corrected. So leave your comments and let me know. I'm bored. I'm broken down. So I need something to do. Okay, folks? Right. So there we go. Let the games begin. Oh, I just remembered early 80s goth and new romantic. So yeah, I had to add that in as well. Forgot about them. So that's also counted in as well. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye.